Welcome to Inside Gaming. I'm Brian with the Weekend Roundup. Red Dead Online finally out of beta.
Yeehaw!
That's right. That is authentic right there. With a big update this week that added new missions and activities to do. Oh, and now there's online poker, just like in the Old West. But now in Red Dead Online, you can go to a bunch of different locations, play poker with other people. Everybody seems to like it. Oh, and let's not forget ponchos, finally.
All right.
They got a new handgun, so you can kill people in new ways. So, how is Red Dead Online doing? Because it's been widely reported that the game got off to a bumpy start with a lot of complaints about the economy, griefing, connectivity issues. So far, it seems like it's kind of rebounded. Slowly but surely, Rockstar has fixed a lot of the issues by adding things like anti-griefing measures. That was a big problem. But now, if you're too much of an asshole in the game, your bounty level will go up. Kind of like in GTA. NPCs will come get you, and your radar blip will gradually change color, marking you as an enemy. So, I think they're still griefing, but they're working on it. As for the newest update, fans on Reddit, they seem to be happy, but there's still a lot of complaints about connectivity problems, the new missions not showing up properly. But those are all bugs that can be ironed out. At least there's more stuff to do now. If you ask Rockstar and its parent company Take-Two, they say everything is going great. Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick was asked about content updates in a recent earnings call. He said that Red Dead Online is performing better than Grand Theft Auto Online did at the same stage of the game. But he didn't really quantify that, so we don't know if he's talking about number of players or beard stubble or what. Also, GTA Online had a lot of issues in its early days too, so saying Red Dead Online is doing better, maybe not the highest praise there. At any rate, Take-Two promised to keep Red Dead Online updated with significant new content and a wide array of gameplay balancing and bug fixes. So Red Dead Redemption 2 has now sold 24 million units, but it's definitely slowed down. It had sold 23 million at the end of 2018, so it's just moved a million copies since. But now they are all focused on the online version. That's no surprise considering how much money GTA Online made. Obviously, they're gonna try to replicate that success with Red Dead Online, but it has been a bumpy road. Players complained for months at the beginning that the economy was a mess. Even basic supplies took forever to grind for. Oh, and infamously, baked beans were at one point more valuable than gold rings. You know, real life stuff. And like I said, it's still early, but some players, they think the game has finally turned around. In a thread about reaction to the new update, most of the top comments on Reddit were positive. One of those from Reddit user Carcarius said, Rockstar has somewhat redeemed themselves. I hope they knock it out of the park with the roles coming in the summer update. Now going forward, Rockstar says it's going to keep updating Red Dead Online, new missions, events, more items, of course. They also said that starting the summer, they're going to introduce 3 new roles that you can take on as a player. You can track down wanted criminals as a bounty hunter, search the world for treasure and other exotic items to sell. As a collector, or build a business at camp as a trader and more. So definitely sounds like they're going to continue to flesh things out. Hopefully as things go forward, they'll be able to focus more on new content as opposed to, you know, just putting out fires. All right, on to other news. The CEO of the troubled Starbreeze studio said earlier this week that they don't have enough money to make it the next 12 months. Yikes. Actually, I think it was past the next 12 months, but still, that is not good. The Swedish outfit definitely has had its issues. It was raided by authorities in December. Shortly after that, it replaced its CEO. Then its Walking Dead game, Overkill's The Walking Dead, was basically canceled in February because it was very bad. And now it looks like Starbreeze is trying to sell off pieces of itself to avoid shutting down. They got a little bit of a liquidity problem. A few days ago, it announced that it would be selling the Indian studio Durva Interactive to Rockstar for $7.9 million. That's less than the $8.5 million that Starbreeze paid for it, but hey, they gotta do something. Durva is very legit though. The art production studio is one of the oldest in India and it's worked on Halo, Forza Horizon, and Payday 2.
Has Starbreeze thought about maybe doing like a bake sale or like maybe a yard sale?
They gotta do something. They gotta set up a GoFundMe. They're in some trouble. All right, Ubisoft has a bunch of AAA games coming out next year. The company said in its earnings report that it's got 3 unannounced AAA games that are coming out between January and March 31st of next year. That's along with the other AAA game that it has announced, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, that's releasing October 4th. Pretty safe bet. We'll hear more about this soon. Maybe E3. It's right around the corner. Pretty safe bet. Some new features for the PS4 and possibly the PlayStation 5 might have leaked. A Twitter user named Tidix, who previously posted a leaked PS5 dev kit, recently posted a list of new features that are possibly incoming. Apparently, those include wish list and gifting functionality for the PS Store. It'll also show the progression you're making on trophies, and there will be time log stats for all games. Oh, and you'll have the ability to pin games on the dashboard. This is still very much grain of salt territory, but still worth mentioning. And apparently this is for the PS4 UI, but you can also assume that it would come to the PS5 because it's not like they're going to remove features in a new console. Anyway, just some tasty food for thought for now. All right, we got some more signs that The Last of Us 2 is wrapping up. Probably not going to be ready this year, though. In a tweet, co-director Anthony Newman listed a bunch of open positions for the game, including art and animation, game design, programming, and a lighting artist. He wrote on Twitter, "A lot of awesome positions open to help us close out this game." Now, there have been other rumors out there that things are kind of drawing to a close. There was a retailer leak indicating that it could release as early as October. Not sure if that's really feasible if they're still hiring people. It's also been reported that Naughty Dog has wrapped filming on the project, so that's a sign. It's also been rumored that we could hear more from Sony about the game in the coming weeks. So stay tuned. All right, now it is time for another 5-second review. Great game. I love the East franchise. This isn't the first East game I've ever played, but one thing I really like... There we go. I think that was the best one so far. All right, let's take a look at the games coming out next week. There are a bunch of them. Up first, we're heading back to the American Revolution. This time on the Switch, Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered will be porting over May 21st. Time for some JRPG action. Ooh, I love these games. Atelier Lulua, the Scion of Arland, is the fourth installment in the Arland series, whose name I really butchered. In this one, you're following Lulua, the daughter of famed alchemist Rorona, as she looks to follow in her mother's footsteps. That sounds like Full Metal Alchemist, but with girls. But you know what? Y'all do you. You can grab this on the PC, PS4, and Switch May 21st. Aaron's favorite golf game is coming to VR.
Hell yeah, it is.
Everybody's Golf. I love Everybody's Golf, too.
Hey.
It used to be known as Hot Shots Golf. That's how I remember it. It has a VR version creatively titled Everybody's Golf VR. It's coming to PSVR on May 21st. There are count them, three Resident Evil games making their way to the Switch this week. Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil HD Remaster, and Resident Evil 4, all landing on the Switch May 21st. Observation is a sci-fi thriller where you assume the role of a space station's artificial intelligence and try to figure out what happened to Dr. Emma Fisher and her crew. Ooh. The game launches on May 21st on PS4 and the Epic Games Store. The deck-building roguelike Slay the Spire released on PC earlier this year, and looking at Steam, reviews have been very positive. I've heard a lot of good word of mouth on this one. If you prefer a console experience, Slay the Spire is making its way to the PS4 May 21st. From developer Turbo Pelvis 3000, great name. Fission Superstar X is a randomly generated roguelite that has you piloting a ship from planet X to Earth while carrying a nuclear bomb and fighting off endless waves of enemies. I love video games. It's available on PC and Xbox One May 21st. In the top-down action-adventure game American Fugitive, you've been framed for your father's murder and now you're on the run while trying to find the real culprit. It has kind of a classic GTA feel. That's cool. You can pick this up on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch May 21st. Killing Floor Double Feature is a bundle. 2 games, Killing Floor 2 for the PlayStation 4 and Killing Floor Incursion for PSVR. If you like horror games, you can check it out May 21st. Gotta go fast, but in a car. Go fast in a car. Team Sonic Racing has 15 playable characters from across the Sonicverse, like Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Shadow, Amy, that other one, the Bat. I think there's a cat too. Anyway, you can grab Team Sonic Racing May 21st, PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Making its way to console, it's Skelly Celeste. According to Steam, it's a score action / dash run and gun-a-thon. I have no idea what that means. It sounds like it could be cool. You can grab it May 21st on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. The free-to-play action RPG Dauntless, which has been available on PC and open beta for a while, it's launching on PS4 and Xbox One May 21st. Sure, Gunlord X sounds like a shitty username of somebody who constantly blames their teammates for losses in Apex Legends, Destiny, and Overwatch, It turns out it's an improved port of the game Gunlord. Okay, it's coming to Switch May 22nd. Tennis World Tour released around this time last year, wasn't very well received. This year they're releasing the game again, but this time as Tennis World Tour Roland Garros Edition, which features some new additions and, according to the website, enhancements and improvement in terms of gameplay, online mode, and more. All right, it releases on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch May 23rd. Who's ready for some real-time strategy? All right. Total War 3 Kingdoms combines a turn-based empire building campaign with real-time battles to recreate the conquest of ancient China. You can pick up Total War 3 Kingdoms on May 23rd for PC. In Pathologic 2, you're a healer in a small rural town dealing with a deadly outbreak. You'll have to make tough choices in this narrative-driven game where you can't save everyone. It'll be available May 23rd for PC. What's that? You want more real-time strategy? Good news. On May 23rd, you can pick up the Swine HD Remaster and live out the battles between the rabbit and pig armies on PC. So there you go. In this next game, you're a knight armed with your trusty lance, ready to take on mythical creatures and save the kingdom. Unfortunately, your mount is a goddamn unicycle. Balance a Lot is releasing on PC May 23rd. Dollhouse, the new game from Krazen Studio, not the Joss Whedon show, is a horror game with a film noir feel where you're trying to piece together your past while being hunted. It'll be available on PC and PS4 May 24th. Finally, for the weebs in the audience and on camera, Sword Art Online Hollow Realization Deluxe Edition is porting over to the Switch. The Deluxe Edition has been out for a while now on other platforms, but you can pick it up on the Switch May 24th. All right. That's all we got for this week. Hope you're having a great weekend. We'll see you right here on Inside Gaming. Bye.
Everyone, welcome to the Inside Gaming review for Rage 2. It's a game that's got a number on the end of it, but does that make it better? Find out soon enough. All right, Rage 2, the game that no one thought would happen and was a Walmart leak, and I assumed it was not real, but here it is. It's a real video game.
Yeah.